and Emporium. In the Philippines, I want to say magandang umaga ho sa inyong lahat. And for the people in the US watching this live at the Emporium, good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to at least check it out. Check us out. Emporium is a unique US based, the first of its kind. Okay, the first of its kind. It's a Philippine-made and inspired product showroom and global business center. And its purpose is to create awareness as well as sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, and investments in the US market. And Emporium is actually a physical place. Like I said, that's where I'm at right now. It's located at 3250 Wilshire Boulevard, number 602 in Los Angeles, California. So if you want to come and visit, please do so. We welcome you. Just go ahead and let us know when you're coming. Thank you. But what the Live Emporium is, this is one of the tools that we use to create the awareness, the sales opportunities by people watching, and hopefully organically, or what we're doing on social media is reaching other people. And I think it is. At the end of the day, what we want is that awareness creation. Okay, so that's what Live at the Emporium is. And today it is packed full of amazing stuff.
It's a beautiful day, no worries today. Cool breeze outside my window. This is the life. You're set for life. Just loving life. Retiring style with Espie.
Hello. Magandang umaga from LA. And it is a unique episode again that we're going to be showing today. And I would like to introduce some of our speakers. Actually, we have Edith Manalad from PNB as my special guest today, because we're going to be talking about how to increase your cash flow with real estate. And this is more on focusing on how to invest in the Philippines, because it's more affordable, especially during this time that, the market is really hard and we are having tight in cash flow. So Philippines would be a very, very good way of increasing your cash flow for your retirement by doing pre-selling, land banking, and all that. So good morning again, and good evening here. It's late night actually in Los Angeles. It's 10 o'clock in the evening in Los Angeles. And I know in the Philippines, it's I think about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So Ferdy, what about if we show the slides that we got? Yeah, okay. So I just want to give you, I just want to expound some past experiences that I have, and some of the investors that I worked with in real estate in the Philippines. This is actually a family-owned 50-hectare agri land that we converted into a mango grove. So it was bought for 1 peso per square meter at that time, and now the market price is at 5.25 per square meter. And it can be even higher because there's a national road that's going to be passing through right along these 51 hectares. So this is perfect for like a subdivision, okay, in Bulacan. So next, please. This one is a friend of mine who was doing a medical mission in Palawan in the beginning of year 2000, and she converted this into a beach resort. Now she retired from Fremont, California, and running this place now as a destination in Palawan. And this one is different. This is a foreign investor, a friend of mine, a batchmate of mine actually, who bought in Chino Hills years ago when the market was really going down in California. bought this for 275,000 and sold it in 2016 for 424. So you can just see how real estate, you can't go wrong. The rent covered the taxes and amortization. So it's basically more of a cash investment and then cashing out after so many years. And this one is the latest one that I have. Another investor, a friend of mine too, that bought a 2-bedroom condo in BGC, which is the Bonifacio Global Community, in right adjacent to Makati in the Philippines. And in 2010, it was bought for, she bought it for 6 million pesos as a pre-sale. Then the market value right now is about 18 million, and the rent is 35,000 to 45,000 per month, whether it's furnished and unfurnished. Okay, so that's different examples of properties that you can do, whether here in the United States or over in the Philippines. You can always make money when you invest in real estate. So today I would like to talk to you about why is it that the Philippines is, next page please, why the Philippines is marketed as one of the top destinations to retire, and it is ranked actually in the internationalliving.com as a top 25, one of the top 25 countries to retire in the world. Why is that? Because it's low cost living. There's a lot of entertainment. There's a diverse natural settings. You can live at the beach, right off the beach, up in the mountains, like in Banawe. You can go live around a cooler place, like Tagaytay. There's different amenities that you can avail of, and it's a tailor fit for retirees all over the world. Because if you realize, Filipinos, we have a lot of overseas workers that work all over the world. So we adapt all this culture and their culinary expertise, their taste. So they bring that home to the Philippines when they go back, and they share that. They open restaurants. Even there's a lot of intermarriage that happens. They bring home the family, whether it's a husband or a wife that they're bringing home, and they open a business in the Philippines, maybe retiring there, or even the younger ones. We have a lot of digital nomads now that are living in the Philippines, enjoying the scuba diving, enjoying the beach, the water, the surfing beaches in Siargao, or even enjoying the low-cost employment. I even have one batchmate that they have a surveying company in New York, and they are putting in some of their work online and hiring some local people in the Philippines. So that's different ways, There's easy processing of visa without expiry, So there's different things that you can do. Expats have incentives that are set by the Philippine Retirement Authority for financial and business aid. Next time, I'm going to invite our Philippine Trade Commissioner, Eric Elnar, my favorite speaker, that gives us a lot of information here he's based here in Los Angeles. He's our commissioner for Philippine Trade and Investment, which Emporium is actually based at. So again, today when the market is really hard, people are in that kind of feeling that they don't want to move, they don't want to do anything. But actually, this is the best time, especially for the baby boomers who are fat in equity. They have a lot of equity in their home. This is the time where you can downsize, move to a smaller home or a cheaper home, or move out of California. There's a lot of them are moving out from California to Idaho, Tennessee, Texas, where they can enjoy a beautiful home, paying cash, and only for less than $500,000. So if you're going to sell your $2 million home and you have some equity there, then you can leverage by even investing in the Philippines, have a second home. That's what a lot of the Filipinos are doing right now. And there are more and more ways of financing that, not only by paying cash. If you don't have cash, there is a leverage that you can use. I have the manager of Philippine National Bank here in Los Angeles who's going to be talking about that later. So there are different ways for you, whether you're a baby boomer or you are kids of baby boomers and you don't know how your parents are going to be settling, when it's time for them to retire or it's time for you to take care of them. Or if you yourself are the baby boomer and you are planning on the best of your last third of your year. So I myself, as a baby boomer, I have that choice of going back and forth to the Philippines, helping Filipinos, my kababayans, liquidate their properties there or help them with the titles on the properties there, and also sell the properties that they bought years ago that has already gained quite a bit of equity, and leverage that to invest at this time and repurpose that, whether they're going to help their kids buy a home here in the United States. In fact, I have one client that is from Australia, and now she is liquidating a lot of her condos and properties in the Philippines that has appreciated to help her kids for down payment on their homes in Australia, So there's a lot of things that you can do. At this point, I would like to actually bring in Philippine National Bank, Edith Manalad. Can we bring in Edith now, Ferdy? And her ad, let's put her ad first so we can introduce Philippine National Bank to the audience. There's no sound.
A century-old bank which has been in the industry providing financial solutions to every Filipino family. With a total of 717 branches and 1,589 ATMs located all over the Philippines. The bank that believes in putting its clients first and at the center of everything. Introducing the Philippine National Bank. Established as a government bank in 1916, which became fully privatized in 2007. PNB has been an instrument of economic development to this day, delivering customer-centric solutions to businesses and retail clients. PNB as a commercial bank is engaged in diversified banking activities such as deposit taking, lending, bills discounting, trade finance, foreign exchange dealings, fund transfers, remittance servicing, asset management, a full range of retail banking and trust services, and treasury operations. Internationally, PNB maintains its position as the bank with the largest global footprint with branches, representative offices, remittance centers, and subsidiaries located in Asia, Europe, Middle East, and North America. The bank continues to take lead in the overseas remittance business scene with the remittance centers, agents, and tie-ups in the United States, Canada, London, France, Italy, Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, and the Middle East countries. Backed by a legacy of service excellence, PNB is poised to move forward to become a more dynamic, innovative, and customer-focused bank. A dependable financial partner that offers stability and security for Filipinos all over the world. Masasandalan kahit saan, kahit kailan. You want to know more? Visit www.pnb.com.ph for more information.
Hi, Edith.
Hi, Espie. Good morning. Good evening, all.
Good evening. Yeah, good evening here in Los Angeles. Yeah,
Yeah.
so welcome back. I know you went to a convention in the Philippines for what, 10 days?
Yes, and it was a very fruitful, although tiring, but very fruitful convention.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm proud to say that PNB Los Angeles received several awards for its good performance.
Very good. Okay. I really, really believe on this concept that you have, where you can lend to our local kababayans here in United States when it's time for them to purchase their home or a second home in the Philippines. Because years ago, I was actually selling properties in the Philippines, condominiums, pre-selling, and all that. And the big stumbling block is the financing.
Mhm.
Although it's a good way of creating a portfolio because you can even put a down pay. You just put a small deposit, and then the 20% down, you can pay it in 4 years.
That's correct.
Imagine that, the 20% down that you buy, and at that time you can buy a condo for $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
So the 20%, which is let's say $20,000, you can pay that over 4 years with no interest. So we used to say that even the grocery packers can actually invest in real estate in the Philippines. you know
Yes.
so now the exciting thing is that with Philippine National Bank offering this way of financing and actually following some of the basic rules here in
Mhm.
United States on the lending, the ethics of lending, there is a lot more kababayans that can avail of
Mhm.
the pre-selling. So I would like to introduce to you, to the audience, to our audience right now, whoever you are that are watching, please let us know where you're watching from, and like us, like this channel of Emporium. And I hope that you can also share our content to some of your families and friends that may be really uh, that can really take advantage of our information.
Mhm.
So, Edith, can you show us what you have for what you can offer?
Okay, thank you, SP.
Mhm.
So again, good morning and good evening, everyone, to all our audience. And before I start, I'd like again to thank you, Ferdy and SP, for inviting PNB once again to present or to show to our kababayans what we can do to help them with their investments in the Philippines. So to start, let me introduce to you our branch here at Los Angeles. Um, Ferdy, can you please show the slide? Okay. PNB Los Angeles is located at 3435 Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. If you are familiar with the address, this is where the Philippine General Consulate Office is located. They are in the fifth floor, so we are in the ground floor. So, as a foreign branch of a foreign bank here in California, we can also offer services like other local banks. However, it's kind of unique because the accounts that we will open for you is a Philippine account, not a US account. So, if you are planning to open accounts in the Philippines, you don't have to go home just for that purpose. You can do it through PNB Los Angeles. So you can also do deposits or withdrawal from that account. And for the pensioners who are planning to retire permanently in the Philippines, they can also um, withdraw or access their pensions, US pensions, to the PNB branch of their choice in the Philippines through our direct deposit program. However, for this video presentation, we will be concentrating on the complete banking solution for buyers of Philippine real estate um, in the Philippines. Okay, so next slide, please. So when you are buying properties, there are already some of you are already paying the reservation fees and down payments to the properties that you have purchased. Um, you may have encountered um, paying remittance fees or looking for remittance companies to pay your monthly down payments and reservation fees. For PNB Los Angeles, we have actually a program, a solution where we can debit your US bank account and credit your real estate developer or whoever who owns the property that you have purchased. You don't have to go to the bank or deal with your remittance companies to settle all these payments. There's only a one-time registration with PNB Los Angeles, and we will take care of the rest. No, for your monthly payments, you don't have to go to us. You just have to communicate through email if there are changes on the amount that we will debit from your US account for credit to your developer's account. And good thing is for this kind of services, instead of you paying $10 for our remittance fee, there is only a fixed amount of $7. So regardless of the amount that you will pay, even if it's $100,000 or $500, you will be paying a fixed rate of $7. Okay. Now, we'd like to introduce to you the product differentiator of PNB that no other bank, even Philippine banks or US banks, can offer. So, let me show you what OPHL is, or Own a Philippine Home Loan is. Okay, the PNB's OPHL, or Own a Philippine Home Loan, this is a unique home financing program that allows Filipinos or non-Filipinos residing and working abroad an easy way to obtain bank financing for their real estate investments. And we have different corridors all over the world. Of course, we have PNB Los Angeles in California. We have one in New York, Tokyo, Singapore, Hong Kong, Middle East, Europe, and Canada. And you can use this loan for the construction and renovation of your existing properties, or you can use this loan to purchase a new condominium unit, house and lot, or even townhouse. Or if you have already built that house, you can reimburse us the acquisition cost or the construction cost. So it's not just limited to financing a new condo unit. You can use the loan for other purposes. And what are the advantages of this financing program of PNB Los Angeles? So in terms of loan currency, the amount is in US dollars. So ano ba yung advantage of having a US dollar loan? Number one is you don't have to convert your dollar into pesos. No, every time you pay your amortization, you'll be paying in dollars. So that will save you on foreign exchange cost or foreign exchange risk. And then there's no age limit because most of the investors or property buyers in the Philippines, or potential buyers of properties in the Philippines are usually those who are retiring or retirement age. They are, if they will avail or apply for a loan in the Philippines, they will have a hard time getting an approval because of age. With PNB Los Angeles, we have no age limit, so there is no discrimination as to age. For qualified borrower, any U.S. person regardless of nationality. So whether you are a Japanese, Chinese, As long as you are a US person and your income is generated in the US, then you will qualify for the program. Also, we don't report your loan with PNB to any credit bureau to in here in the US. So, what is the advantage of this is your credit score will not be hurt because let's say you are applying for a car loan, the loan with PNB will not appear in the credit bureau. We have that option. We also do not require attorney in fact, which is so hard. No, if you are availing of a loan in the Philippines, they will require that, and it's not that easy to get a co-borrower. Also, mortgage insurance is not a requirement. But however, if you want to have your mortgage covered by a mortgage redemption insurance or MRI, that will be okay, but that is not a requirement because that will add cost to you if you avail of the MRI. For the loan payment, since it's $1, there is no remittance fees because you are paying locally or you're just paying PNB Los Angeles. You don't have to remit payments to a local bank in the Philippines. So the other will show you in the next slide. So in terms of loan, in terms of the loan term, we can loan up to 25 years. So even if you are 50, 60 years old, you can still avail or apply for a 20 to 25-year loan. So this will give you more flexibility in terms of your monthly payments. And this will also give you options to prepay the loan in case you have extra funds to settle to pay some of the or partially your loan with PNB. In terms of interest rates, presently we are offering 3.5% to 8% depending on your FICO score. So the higher the FICO score, the lower the interest rate. Okay. So also banking relationship is not a requirement. You don't have to open an account with PNB, unlike with other banks that you have to establish first your relationship with them by opening an account. With PNB, we don't require you to open. No? There's no prepayment penalty after 1 year term of the loan. Personal appearance not necessary. So even if you are far from California, let's say you are from Hawaii or New York or in the west in the East Coast, you don't have to come to LA to avail of or to apply for the loan. We can do it virtually or online. There's accommodation mortgagor is also okay. Can we go back to the okay? We also provide a white glove service with dedicated support because we at present we have set up a separate office for our loan facilitation services. So there are dedicated personnel that you can talk to from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There is no actually time zone difference. You can call them, you can email them, and you can expect a response within same day, or just leave a voice message in case your calls are missed. And the processing time usually takes 3 to 6 months. So we advise those property buyers that if you need bank financing and you are nearing the payment for the 80% down payment, we suggest that you talk to us at least 6 months prior to the due date because it will take it will take time to collate all the requirements, no, para at least smooth sailing when we process your loan. Okay, so next slide. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for. Oh, am I on mute?
No,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Edith, for your presentation, and we'll just take a little break right now, and then we will continue on. This is really interesting for everybody. So let's take a little break, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So, Edith, why don't you continue your process? It's really interesting.
Oh, yes. As I mentioned earlier, if your property, or if your the property that you purchase is near the settlement of the 80% amount, then that's the time that you should advise, or you should approach PNB at least 6 months prior to the due date, so that we'll have time to complete all the requirements and secure approval from Manila. And just to inform everyone that the PNB is a recipient of the Asian Banking and Finance Retail Banking Awards in 2021 for having the best mortgage and home loan product of the year, and that is OPHL. For in the next slide, it will also show you that PNB ranked second as best lender in the Philippines based on the Forbes 2023 global list of 415 best financial institutions in the world. Okay. So in case for any other, for further details, in case of for any other inquiry that is not covered in this presentation, you may call us, or you may call me at 213-926-9543, and my partner, the head of our loans department, Jojo Regala. His information is in this slide, so you can just email or call him anytime.
Yes, thank you. Jojo is very, very responsive. And of course, even you, even though we are in two different worlds, sometimes like a couple of weeks ago, I was in the Manila too. And I had a client who was thinking of who needs to finance her property that she's buying in Batangas. So even though you were here in Los Angeles and I was in Manila and Jojo was in your office, we were able to coordinate that, no matter whether you are in your office or maybe in another state, because you are also helping out there, one of your branches or some of your clients. It doesn't really matter, because the good thing about it is that we have this good partnership, or this good coordination of talking to each other and communicating with each other to make sure that our clients are really serviced the soonest that we can.
Thank you for sharing that experience, Espie, because whenever I leave the bank or the office for, let's say, business trip, I made sure that somebody will take care of the business of our kababayans. And thank
Yes.
you for your sharing of your
Yeah.
nice experience.
Yeah. It makes a difference when you have really, really a good relationship between, the three: the realtor, the the developer, and also the lender. It makes a big difference because if those three people or the three professionals are really coordinating cohesively to
Mhm.
serve your need, then it's a lot less stressful because even the fact that you are investing, you are here, you're in another country and you're investing in the Philippines, it's so hard. Even just a simple facilitation of getting your SPA, which is your specific power of attorney, dealing with apostilles, dealing, all these little technical words and little errands that you need to do. It can be very time consuming and it can be stressful. It can distract you at work.
Mhm.
So
Right,
if you have
right.
some, yeah, if you have some people who are really kind of like cohesive and they know how everybody works and and communicate well, it makes a big difference when you are doing this investment because you also have your expertise. You're also doing your work and your family and all that.
Mhm.
So we try to make it as easy as we can. you know so anyway, we are now in our Q&A portion. um, I'm sorry to miss Hazel Gendrano of Ayala Land tonight, but I think we can bring home the message to our viewers on investing in real estate to increase your cash flow when you are retired or even now, by leveraging on whatever it is that we can afford and we have at this point, and use that for with the intention of having a good cash flow when it is time for you to retire, right? So um, if you have any questions out there for our viewers, feel free to send it to us. You can type it in the comments and let us know where you're also watching us from. That would really be helpful, especially for Ferdy. That way we know if we are really serving the right audience. And it's really interesting too to find out, who are really gaining advantage of this content that we are presenting to you. So, do you have anything that you would like to mention? Especially you just came from your convention. Are there anything new or any new incentives that they are extending? Because I know that the administration right now is really gung ho on promoting Philippines as an investment haven and a retirement destination.
You know what, SP, when I went home just a few weeks ago, we've learned that our government is really active in real estate, in promoting our real estate industry. In fact, three big three countries with substantial investments promised to the Philippines is US, Japan, and Taiwan, with a total of like 22 billion worth of real estate investments. So
Mhm.
this is really a big opportunity for our kababayans, no, to really you know, make their share of investments, because just like I have this customer who availed of a loan like 3 years ago. Now, after turnover of the units, he was already able to get um, a renter for
Yeah.
2 years. No, it's actually the property is in BGC, and the renter is a student in one of the international schools in BGC. So he's a medical student. So there's like a fixed income already generated in that property, and right now that property is self liquidating or self sustaining.
Mm-hmm.
Is not worried about the monthly amortization for the for that property. It's already the rent that is already generating income for him to pay the amortization. And speaking of the investments that I mentioned, when I went to the Philippines, I saw a lot of buildings, no, tall buildings,
Yeah.
constructions, And I was really surprised because the last time I went there, it's just a a vacant space.
Mhm.
No, a lot of vacant
It's
spaces.
full.
But now, oh my God, even in BGC, I think there's no more space there that you can see for
Yeah.
or barren or
There's still they can find more space. You'll be surprised. But the fun thing is that if you take the new Skyway, which is getting
Mhm.
to be more and more popular, people for especially for people who are really sensitive about time, you know, it's so amazing to ride the Skyway and see all these new buildings and new communities that are really
Mhm.
growing. From where I'm at, from Quezon City, if I go all the way to Batangas, I see, the Skyway can go all the way to South, the SLEX, South,
Mhm.
what do you call it, expressway that they have, and then it will tag into another expressway all the way to the Batangas City,
It
to the
saved you
end.
a lot of time, really. We
Yeah,
went to Tagaytay and we passed through the Skyway, and it's really convenient
yeah,
and very fast. No,
yeah,
it
yeah.
took us like more than just an hour going to Tagaytay Highlands.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of new developments going on, especially now that the pandemic scare is over. People are now out and building and
Mhm.
buying, and they are just um, catching up. You
Yeah,
know.
we are actually going back to the pre-pandemic stage
Hmm.
because yeah, when I went there, when I went to the country, there's no more actually less restrictions when it comes to wearing masks. Although there's this still e-travel requirement in the airports, but once you leave the airport, parang everything is normal. So
Hmm.
that's one good news for
Yeah.
our kababayans who really want to invest in the Philippines.
Yeah, yeah. You see, I was showing some slides earlier on some little examples of real estate that were invested, and how it increased the value. So the good thing about it, yeah. So here, let me show this to you. This is a real example, okay? I have a friend of mine who is a single mom, okay? And she's a doctor. So she was conducting her own eye medical mission in Palawan, and she saw this land. It was offered to her. It was a foreclosed cocoa farm right on the beach, of
Mhm.
Palawan, and she bought it a very very good price at that time. So she did that and came back here, and then was going back almost every year for medical mission in that area. She got really involved with the community and even with the city officials, and
Mhm.
so eventually she was able to get her friend who is from Bicol and an architect build this for her while she was in the Philippines, while she was still running her business here in California.
Mhm.
So that was built, it became a destination it became like a wedding setting.
Venues. Yeah.
Yeah, venues for people who are honeymooners,
Oh.
because of its location
Mhm.
and the design that they have on and this resort. Now,
Mhm.
about just before pandemic, 2018, she decided to retire and move there, and now she's running it. And these 13 hectares, the resort is only 2 hectares. So
Mhm.
the rest of the land that she has, she's now going to be developing that as a subdivision, for
Wow. Mhm. Mhm.
retirees and expats who wants to live partially right on the beach in Palawan. See?
And one good thing in investing properties in the Philippines and retiring in the Philippines, SP, is um, the cost of living in our country is really more a lot cheaper than here in the US. So even ako myself, when I retire, I still want to stay in the Philippines. For one, you can um, avail of services of a driver or housekeeper.
Yeah,
She
you can
cannot.
have a team. I would say that you can form a team, and that's what I plan to do this time is to form a
Mhm,
team. You know, you can have somebody who can drive you. You can have somebody who can take care of your household, and then
mhm,
you can train some BPOs there who are very, very good and proficient on
mhm,
sales and sales calls
mhm,
and time management, of filling up appointments for you.
mhm,
Excuse me. And that way, you know, you can do the more important thing, which is being in the forefront of the
mhm,
people that you would like to sell on or to interact with. You know,
mhm,
so for instance, Edith, like this, if let's say I don't have really a lot of money right now and I was offered a lot, you know, maybe a beachfront that is like 5 acres
mhm,
or 5 hectares in the Philippines. And then I would like to build a small house for my second home. Uh,
mhm.
Something that you can finance?
That I will refer to you to PNB Manila, because what we finance at PNB Los Angeles are um, just for our units for
Condos?
occupants. No, no, not really. Yeah, condo, but those are occupied, owners occupied only. It's not really for business related, um, like uh, beach resort
No, but
or
what I guess I would like to rephrase that. Like I had one client that was looking for a small lot, but it's a beachfront, and his budget was only 3 million, and 3 million pesos, and he wanted to have like a beach home, you
mm-hmm.
know, for him. Is that something that he can finance through PNB if he's here and want to buy that and
Yes,
build a house
yes.
there?
As long as that property will be occupied by
The owner,
the
as long
owner,
as it's a
then
second home, it's an owner
yes,
occupied.
yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter whether it's in a beachfront or in the mountain up in Banawe.
As long as it's not an agricultural property,
Yeah.
yes, we can.
Okay. So if it's not something that you know he's planning to build an orchard
Mm,
or rice land or something like that with a warehouse, that's he can actually finance it, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. So, well, talking about pre-selling, okay, when you say pre-selling, the good thing about it is that the developer offers this property that is still on a sketch. Basically,
Mm-hmm,
it's not
mm-hmm,
upright yet, but it's a sketch, and they offer it at a certain kind of a starting
mm-hmm,
point, right? So usually it's cheaper. So they put a deposit to reserve it, like usually it's like $500, right? And
mm-hmm,
$500 would assure you that you can get that particular lot or that particular unit, you know.
mm-hmm,
So once he does that, then the developer now will give them a chance to come up with a 20% down, which
mm-hmm,
normally here in California, in United States, you need to come up with that in the beginning when you're buying the property, right? This one, they give you the 20% down, and you can actually finance it for 4 years during the time that they're building the
mm-hmm.
property,
Right.
you know.
Mm-hmm,
So that's the key. That's the reason why you can invest there at a very small amount, you know, because the 20% down is actually spread to 4 years, and it's no interest.
mm-hmm,
So the key is before that 4 years finish, you know, let's say maybe in the 3.5 years or 6 months before that loan matures for the 20% loan, they have to already start applying with you if they want you the financing, right?
right. And one of the misconception of the property buyers, this is an actual experience. One of the misconception of those buyers are is that they thought that the amount that they're paying for the first 4 years, so for the down payment, will also be the same amount that they will be paying for the rest of the uh, rest of the balance of the property. So
Yeah.
they didn't realize that they, after the 4-year down payment on the property, they will have to shell out money for the rest, for the remaining,
80%.
for the balance. And
Mhm.
some of them are not prepared. No,
Mhm.
so most and what happened was they end up foreclosing the property because
Yeah.
they didn't, they don't have or they, maybe they're not aware that PNB is here to help them. So most of them or some of them just let the property
Oh,
foreclose,
you see.
or
Yeah.
just yeah,
Yeah.
or
You see, the thing is,
avail of higher financing with other sources.
yeah. A lot of times, our kababayans would go to the Philippines, they go to the malls, and then the people are just giving them flyers and then they sell them, right? And
Right.
usually they get excited, they're over there, they feel like, oh, I can buy this and that. And they see all these pictures of the buildings. But
Mm-hmm.
the person who gave them or who sold them the information, or the contract, got them into contract, did not really explain to them what they're getting into. You know,
Correct.
so
Yes.
that's the reason why it's very, very important to have somebody that knows how to explain to you if you
Mm-hmm.
are a homeowner here, or you are familiar with the process here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to explain to you how they do it in the Philippines. So
Mm-hmm.
marketing partners that are being invited by the developers, usually they have more information if their marketing partner is where you are, and especially if they are licensed brokers here, they are more accountable to do
Mm-hmm.
what to make sure that you know what you're getting into. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so anyway, we're just like about 8 minutes before our closing, and I hope that we got a lot of information from how to finance. If you want to invest in the Philippines, Philippine National Bank is really a very, very good resource. There's other ways to leverage on your present asset, like doing reverse mortgage, downsizing. You can also do relocating, so that you can cash out your equity and use some of that to pay the investment that you are going to use for investing on another property, whether here in United States or in the Philippines. But of course, tonight we're talking about investing in the Philippines. So if you have any more questions, you can always contact Edith Manalad. Her number is right here, and of course, this is
Yes.
recorded. Our live stream is recorded, and you can go to it through Emporium. Emporium has his own YouTube channel, so make sure you ask, and make sure that you also give us feedback of what you like about it, and if you have questions, feel free to do that because we can still answer your questions. I'm Espie Agbayani from here, based in Los Angeles. I'm a real estate broker, and I've been going back and forth to the Philippines and serving our kababayans, whether here or in the Philippines, trying to invest and grow their assets through real estate. You can reach me on my email, or that is my phone number. You can always reach me on that phone number. That is also in Viber. So if you're in the Philippines, you can add this to your contact list and contact me by Viber. Edith, I think you can also contact her from Facebook. We are both in Facebook with instant message, right?
Yes.
The I am, you call I am. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, Edith, do you have any closing remark?
Yes, again, just for our potential buyers, property buyers, please remember to approach us, call us at least 6 months prior to the termination or maturity date of your 20% down payment, so that you will have a lot of
Right.
enough time to process your loan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So the good thing about it is that, like, for instance, if you have somebody like me who is a marketing partner that help you purchase the property that you bought in the Philippines, then we can actually usher you or assist you on all these little technicalities on the lending side, on the ownership side. When do you get your keys? How is the property management and all that? We can give you a lot of overview, where to go, who to invest with, and
Mhm.
the areas that you would like to check on, because we're constantly out there looking out for what's going on. And still, no matter, even if I'm over 40 years here in the Philippines, in the United States, I still consider Philippines as my home, my hometown. Yeah.
Yes. There's
So
no place like home.
yes.
Second home.
Right, right. So I really appreciate being with Emporium, and Ferdinand have been helping me on this live stream and using this platform, because he is also based at the Philippine Trade and Investment Office here
Mhm.
in at the consulate office here in Los Angeles. So we like to promote the Philippines. We like to um, promote living or going back in the Philippines to our kababayans. Whether you're here in Los Angeles, United States, Dubai, Hong Kong, China, you can always reach to us. Okay?
Ladies, I just want to make a quick comment. I think
Yeah.
you guys did a great job in talking about the different loan programs, and
Mhm.
I think there's going to be a lot of viewers moving forward who really want to know more about the stories of what you guys done. Like, for example, listening to Edith talking about all the different loan programs. I think a lot of people understand the loan programs, to a certain degree, but I think they like scenarios. I mean, it would be nice on the next show if you guys can come back and talk about actual loans that you might
Mhm.
have done, or a transaction, because
Mhm.
a lot of people are, especially if somebody who's lived here for a while and they have, they're just discovering Philippines again. Yeah, the process is different, but not completely different. It's just the little nuances. And I think both of you ladies who have been in the business for for a while now, I feel I like that's the value that you could give to the people watching, because you not only do you know the information, but it's the way of doing business also that I think makes you valuable to our viewers.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So investors who want to invest in the Philippines, there's also ways of, financing investments. Like if you want to buy a Jollibee there, or a Chowking, or maybe a department store or a gasoline station. There are different ways of financing that, and that's
Mhm.
something that you can always reach out to us. You know, I know the Los Angeles office is doing only residential owner occupied properties, but there's also different avenues on financing. And I'm sure Edith can also refer us to different financing companies, whether here in LA or in the Philippines. Okay.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So don't give up. Baby boomers, I'm with you. There's ways of leveraging on your equity, and do it now. This is the best time to do it. Okay.
Mhm.
So thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.